I want to say that there are two ways that people typically look at the supernatural that are both incorrect and unhealthy for those who desire spiritual growth. One, they think of it as something kooky, spooky, or there's so much uncertainty surrounding it that they just need to avoid it if possible. And number two, they think of it as a level of spirituality that they could never attain because A, they haven't received a calling to minister in that realm, or B, they don't feel equipped with the right talents. The truth about navigating in the supernatural is that it requires practical, relatable, and God-given natural traits that we yield to God for Him to do the supernatural through us. A current well-used idiom in both social interactions and in even business settings is to read the room. The accepted definition of that is to use one's intuition to analyze the general mood of the people in a particular setting and then act accordingly. In other words, know your audience. So, how does this relate to us in the supernatural? God has given us natural traits of being alert to the atmosphere around us and then recognizing familiar emotions, being alert to those and recognizing those that we see there. Becoming comfortable in operating in the supernatural means we first use the natural and then build on that. The Word of God is full of examples of practical ways that God utilized the natural to perform the supernatural. One example is Moses. He extended his staff over the Red Sea and the waters parted. Now, God could absolutely have done that without Moses' staff, or even Moses, for that matter. But He wanted Moses to see how what he already had could be used to show supernatural power. Desiring to find your niche in ministry and enlarging the ways that you can be used requires preparation. I think that's a big one. None of us really like to prepare, but that's what God requires of us. You can wing some things and get by, but God will do His best work through the person who has done their homework ahead of time. Study biblical examples. Study people. Allow God to hone your natural abilities into becoming more keenly aware of spiritual implications. You can go from just hearing what is being said in a group to recognize what is happening in the spirit in that setting. When you are confident that you're walking into what God has called you to do, and you've prepared adequately for that task, you will be able to read the room spiritually. Effective ministry and effective prayer is about being sensitive spiritually. Discernment is necessary to know how, when, where, and who needs what.